Hello students, this is Gurpreet Singh, your physics teacher. So today we are going to start our new topic, which is dimensional analysis. This is also a part of units and measurement. Okay. So dimensional analysis. So in our world there are 7 dimensions. These are the 7 dimensions. So length, mass, time, temperature, current, amount of substance, and luminescence intensity. These all are the fundamental quantities. Okay, and these are the dimensions of these fundamental quantities. So capital L for length, capital M for mass, capital T for time, capital K for temperature, capital J for luminescence intensity. So we use the capital letters for these fundamental quantities to show the dimensions. Okay, so we use only the capital letters for these fundamental quantities. These are not the units of these quantities, these are the dimensions of these quantities. Okay, so but in our chapter we are mostly use these fundamental quantities, these dimensions. Okay, MLT, M for mass, L for length, and T for time. So dimensions of a physical quantity. So what is the dimensions of that quantity? What is the dimensions? The power of fundamental quantities in a derived quantity are called dimensions of that quantity. So the power of fundamental quantities, power means 10 raised to power something, 5 raised to power something, that power. Okay, so the power of fundamental quantities, so these are the fundamental quantities and these are dimensions. So the power of that dimensions, for example, L raised to power something, L raised to power 0, L raised to power 1, L raised to power 2, L raised to power minus 1. Okay, so that power, so the power of fundamental quantity in a derived quantity are called dimensions of that quantity. So if we use these dimensions, these are the dimensions of fundamental quantities. Okay, but for example we have a speed, speed is equal to distance upon time. Okay, so when we use these dimensions in a derived quantity, that is known as dimensions of that quantity. So let us clear with one example. So here density is equal to mass upon volume. We know that density is a derived quantity. Why? Because density depend on mass and volume, and mass is a fundamental quantity, or volume again is a length into breadth into height, again depend on fundamental quantity. So the formula of density, which is equal to mass over length into breadth into height. So totally density is a derived quantity and these all are the fundamental quantity. So density depend upon these fundamental quantities. So now we use the dimensions for these fundamental quantity. Capital M for mass, capital L for length, and capital L for breadth, and capital L for height. So why we use the capital L for both these length, breadth, and height? Because length always measured in capital L, breadth always measured in length, height always measured in length. So that's why we use the capital L for these fundamental quantities. So here m raised to power 1, L raised to power 3. So m into L raised to power minus 3. So these are the dimensions of density. Okay, these are the dimensions of density. So hence the dimension of density are in 1 in mass and minus 3 in length. Okay, so this is a dimensional formula for density. So in any numerical, when we use the density term, so we use this dimensional formula. Okay, so there are also other example. So let us discuss all these examples. So these are the other example. For example, acceleration. We know that acceleration is equal to velocity upon time, and the dimensional formula for velocity, which is equal to LT minus 1. Okay, so you can find separately. The dimensional formula for time is T. So from here m0, because there is a no mass, so we can put the m raised to power 0. Okay, so LT minus 2. How LT minus 2? When we solve this equation, we will get LT minus 2. So this is the dimensional formula for M0 L1 T minus 2 is the dimensional formula for acceleration. Okay, so momentum, which is equal to mass into velocity. So dimensional formula for mass is capital M and velocity for LT minus 1. So again the dimensional formula of momentum is mlt minus 1. So pressure, we know that the formula of pressure is force upon area. So dimensional formula for force, from here force is equal to mass into acceleration. So from here we can find out the dimensional formula for force and put in this equation, and the area is equal to length into breadth. Again length and breadth are measured in length. Okay, so L into L means L square. So again when we solve this equation, so m L minus 1 T minus 2 is the dimensional formula for pressure. Okay, so there are so many dimensional formulas you can search on the internet. Okay, so what is the uses of dimensions? Okay, so to check the correctness of equation, to convert the unit, you can convert the unit from SI units to CGS units, to CGS to SI units. Okay, so we can use the dimensional formulas to derive a formula. If you derive any formula, you can use the dimensional formula for that or these quantities. So first one is to check the correctness of equation. To check the correctness of equation, so let us take one example which is the equation of displacement. So delta x is equal to VIT plus half AT square. So delta x is a displacement, VI is a initial velocity, T is a time, half into AT square. A is a acceleration, T again time. So by writing the dimensions we get displacement. Displacement always measured in length, so that's why we use the L dimension for displacement. Velocity into time, velocity measured in a displacement upon time, displacement measured in length or time t. So when we time and time cancel out each other. Okay, so we will get only L for this VIT. So AT square, acceleration into time square. So what is the formula of acceleration? You can find out the acceleration which is equal to velocity upon time. So by solving we will get the length upon time square. Okay, length upon time square is multiplied by time square. So time square cancel out each other, so we will get the capital L for this quantity. So the dimensions of each term are same, so hence the equation is dimensionally correct. So in left hand side displacement which is equal to L means capital L, or in right hand side L plus L always give L. So that's why in both the side the dimensions are same. So this means the equation is correct. Okay, so next one is the convert unit. Okay, we can convert the SI units to CGS units or CGS to SI units. So in this example let us convert the Newton SI unit of force into Dyne CGS unit of force. So Newton is a SI unit of force and Dyne is a CGS unit of force. Okay, so the dimensions of force are LMT minus 2. Okay, you can learn these dimensional formula. Okay, so LMT minus 2 is a dimensional formula for force. So 1 Newton which is these are the SI units. L for length means 1 meter, M for mass means 1 kg, T for time means 1 second. So these are the SI unit of these fundamental quantities. Dyne is CGS units. So what are the CGS units? C for centimeter means 1 centimeter for length, mass for gram 1 gram, second for time. Okay, so 1 Newton which is equal to 1 meter, 1 kg, 1 second raised to power minus 2. 1 Dyne is given here. So we have to divide these Newton by Dyne. So 1 Newton by 1 Dyne, put these values in these equations. So 1 meter upon 1 centimeter, 1 kg upon 1 gram, 1 second upon 1 second raised to power minus 2. So if you convert the SI unit to Dyne, so you have to convert the meter into centimeter, kg into gram, or second are same. Okay, so 1 meter which is equal to 100 centimeter, 1 kg which is equal to 100 gram, or 1 second by 1 second. These are cancel out each other, so we will get 100 into 1000, so which means 10 raised to power 5. So therefore 1 Newton is equal to 10 raised to power 5 Dyne. Okay, so this is the way how can we convert the one type of unit to another type of units. Okay, firstly we take the SI units, second we take the CGS units, then divide these units. Okay, so in last step we can convert the unit into that unit. Okay, which means dyne. So 100 by 1000 by 1, gram cancel out with gram, centimeter cancel out with centimeter. So we will get only 10 raised to power 5. So which is equal to 1 Newton equal to 10 raised to power 5 dyne. To derive a formula. So this is the third use of dimensions, which is to derive a formula. If you derive any formula, you can use this dimensions formula. So we have to derive the time period of oscillation of a simple pendulum depend on length and acceleration due to gravity. Okay, the time period of T, capital T, time period denoted with capital T of oscillations of a simple pendulum depend upon length L and acceleration due to gravity. Means time period is totally depend upon length and gravity. So let us assume that T is directly proportional to L raised to power A and G raised to power B. L is a length, G is a gravity, and we know that the units of acceleration and the acceleration due to gravity are same. Okay, units of gravity and the units of acceleration are same. So if you remove this, if I want to remove this proportionality sign, we have to put one constant which is called K. So K is a dimensionless. Okay, constant which is dimensionless. So T is equal to K L raised to power A, G raised to power B. So dimensions of T, L0, M0, T raised to power M. So because there is no length, because there is no length in left hand side, no mass in left hand side, so there is only T raised to power 1. Dimensions of length, so L raised to power 1, M raised to power 0 and T raised to power 0. So dimensions of length only L raised to power 1. Dimensions of G, so dimensions of acceleration and the dimensions of G are same. So this is the dimensions of acceleration. Okay, L raised to power 1, M raised to power 0 and T raised to power minus 2. So we have to put these dimensions in this formula. So dimensions of T, which is equal to L M0 T1, dimensions of L L1 M0 T0 raised to power A. Okay, dimensions of G, L raised to power 1, M raised to power 0, T raised to power minus 2 raised to power B. So multiply these power with whole power, L power A, M 0, T 0. Then again these are the mathematical terms. Okay, so you can solve yourself. So at last we can compare these formulas. So L raised to power 0 in right hand side, L raised to power A plus B. So we can put A plus B which is equal to 0. Okay, secondly M raised to power 0, M raised to power 0, skip. T raised to power 1 and T raised to power minus 2B. So we can put minus 2B is equal to 1. So these are the coefficient of these dimensions. So A plus B is equal to 0, minus 2B is equal to 1. So from here we can find out the value of B. So B is equal to minus 1 by 2 and put this value of B in this equation. So A is equal to 1 by 2. So B is equal to minus 1 by 2, A is equal to 1 by 2. Put this value of A and B in this equation. So we will get T is equal to K L raised to power 1 by 2, G raised to power minus 1 by 2. So we can also write this equation in this form. And this is the formula of time period of simple pendulum. Okay. So these are the uses of dimensional analysis. So there are so many other formulas which are derived from these dimensions formula. So you can search on internet also. Okay. So thank you so much, students. Hope you have understood the whole topic. In next video we will discuss our error analysis.